Okay, it looks like we might be back online. Michael, I don't know if you can hear me. Um, my thanks to you. Honestly, thank you very much for the very very generous contribution that you made. Um, all of that is going to go into improving the stream, buying some equipment, and dedicating more time into working on that, working on bringing you guys some relevant content. So YouTube is still loading. I honestly have no idea what's going on with YouTube right now. My connection is really, really poor. Still doesn't look like we're live. Okay, I'll start playing. And hopefully in the meantime, I'm live. Yes. Amazing. Okay, sweet, sweet. It's still not showing on my dashboard. But hey, I'll take your word for it. Thanks again, Mike. If you didn't hear me before, thank you very much for the generous contribution. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's very kind of you. Well, clearly, you got some value from the conversations that we're having. So I'm very glad that this is the case. And again, thank you for the contribution. I literally just bought a lamp to give the background a little bit more pop because it was a little bit jarring before that. So now it kind of looks a little bit more like an OnlyFans account. But OnlyFans where it's totally kids friendly and there's only bass and music and all of that. Again, thanks, Michael. Really, really appreciate it. So, welcome back, guys. Sorry for the delay. I had some technical issues with, my internet connection. You're still giving me grief. And I just bought a tiny little sunset lamp to give the background a bit more vibe. I'm still working on the angle, all that sort of stuff, so that it doesn't get in my face and it just stays in the background. I don't have that many surfaces to work with. So it'll be something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just hang it from above. We'll see. But it looks a bit more like a streamer's type of thing now. And who knows? Maybe it'll attract more bugs. I'm guessing, judging by the color, we'll get loads of mosquitoes watching the stream. Hopefully, they don't throw themselves at the lamp. But it's trial and error. It's trial and error. We'll see what works. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Phil's practice room. I, again, apologize for the delay. Here we talk bass. We try to build a bit of a community about everything music and practice routine and how to get better at how to find time in our busy lives to inject as much practice, as much productivity as possible so that we have a better time playing what I consider to be the best instrument in contemporary music, the electric bass guitar. I look like Prince with the purple. Well, I'll take that. So, let's grab our trusty basses. Yesterday we were transcribing a little bit of gospel, Mike, if you remember. It was only yesterday. I hope you remember. And I thought it was a little bit muddled. I'm obviously, this is a work in progress. You guys are witnessing this as it's sort of developing. I'm trying to find better ways to communicate the way I like to transcribe things, since this is kind of my bread and butter, and the way I've always learned music was through transcription. The bass is live. Lovely. Touch louder. So we were working on this amazing song by Moret Brown Clark with the great Sheree Reed on the bass. As a quick reminder, here is what it sounds like in just 1 minute. I don't know what's going on with the computer. It's very warm. It's struggling a little bit today. Is Amazing Slowdowner open? Yes. Okay, so the song sounds like this. In just 1 second, everything's nothing's working at the moment. Okay, restart capture. All right, so the song sounds like this. It's called One God by Maurette Brown Clark.
One name, and is worthy of all our praise. Come on and help me praise him. Yes.
And so on and so forth. There's an ungodly amount. There's an ungodly amount of interesting articulations in this song, and there's one in particular that I really wanted to hone in. And there is a key change, obviously. Ah. I've practiced it yesterday, today. It's still not seeped in yet. Okay. It's just that little lick, and I don't think it came across very clearly yesterday. So I thought I would do what I usually do when I transcribe something that I really like, which is to extract a little bit of the essence of the drum beat, and I put together a little, essentially just a little drum backing track. Oh, I've got to loop it, otherwise. So this lick, extracted. Got to move this around. Yep. Here's what it sounds like on its own with just the backing track. And the good thing about extracting it and putting it into a backing track is that you can slow it down as much as you want. Correct, Michael. Sorry, I forgot to mention I am a semitone down. So you would be starting you'd be starting the chord progression in F sharp, in an F sharp position. Well, it is an F. No, sorry. Yes, you would be starting it in F sharp. I get so confused with this bloody tuning out thing. And I've played so many gigs with this on, and I always found shortcuts, but I always get confused. I get confused. Where is the display? Okay, remove the display for now. Yeah, so that's essentially the process that I go through will be first that I would listen extensively, like I did yesterday. I'd listen to the tune or the section I want to transcribe in repeat. I'd loop it for as long as possible until I've got a grasp on the notes, the rhythm, and then I would try to extract the essence of it and take all the context away, so it's just about memory. So I've got no piano, no vocals, no nothing, just the raw essence of the rhythm behind me. And I would use that as a springboard to move on to the next phase, which is taking it completely away from its context and re-injecting it into a different song. Michael, my reason for tuning down is that I find that for this bass, it makes the strings just a little bit more buttery. But most importantly, a lot of the gospel guys are tuned in E flat, because they like to have access to that super low B flat. Since a lot of tunes are in the black keys, i.e., them one. Sorry, B flat. And I think that's the reason why it gives them more open strings to play with, since most of the tunes they happen to be in altered keys, and I have a feeling that's why they do it. It's more access to open strings, since they're quite prone to. As far as I know, that's because of the open strings that they like to tune in E flat. And this tune, you know what? Actually, I know that Sheree, on that last interview that we watched a couple of weeks ago, he wasn't tuned in. He wasn't tuned down. His bass was in his 5-string bass was in standard tuning. So I think it depends on the players, but some of them, including something that we transcribed a few weeks ago, this unbelievable lick. Listen to this. And just there you can hear it as it's finishing, is it? Big open B flat, and it's very, very common in gospel players to tune down a semitone. So I was still having a look at this, and I really want to get it in my under my fingers, so I can show you guys the phase after that, which is super tricky in this case particularly. Oh, sorry, man. You couldn't hear the... Of course you couldn't hear it because I muted it. I was talking about this particular lick. Kedrius Thomas, I think his name is. I don't know if you can see the name on the Amazing Slowdowner thing right there. Kedrius Thomas. I obviously stole the audio, and injected into my Amazing Slowdowner. But he doesn't have a huge presence, but this guy is burning. He's very, very good. Very good. Kedrius Thomas. Actually, I'll just put something on. Let's see. Kedrius. Wow, the internet is unbelievably slow today. It's an incredible bass line, yeah. How was it? I did transcribe it. Am I even... Yep. But I am... Oh, I know why. Amazing Slowdowner, you tricked me. I'd moved the pitch up a semitone. So this is what it actually sounds like. No, it moved the pitch again. Apologies. What can you do? Ah. And my point was that just at the end there, when he plays that very low note, it's a low B flat. And obviously you could tell in the lick. It's all open strings. So that's the magic of gospel for you. Just absolute killer lines all the way through. So Kidrius, is this gonna work? Oh, sorry guys, I was watching it. Don't pay attention to that. It's this one. See what I mean? The internet, so slow today. Hopefully the stream works all right, but jeez, this is difficult. Okay, welcome back to that. Welcome, and it's just going to start out of nowhere, obviously. Never mind, we'll come back to this one. So, phase number 2 of transcribing a lick, at least from the way I do it, is to extract it and play it in context, but just with the drums. A little bit faster, maybe. And because it's isolated, I can now hear all the little things that don't work in the way I play it. For instance, this section. In my mind, there's a little bit too much overlap between the notes I'm playing. You see what I mean? It sounds like there's 2 notes at once. I don't like that very much. So I'll hone in on the detail, the little technical detail that I'm struggling with here, which is at speed. There's that little roll down. Some notes are weirdly overlapping, so I've got to take it apart really slowly. So it will be a combination of muting with my pinky and rolling it across the neck a bit more, and making sure with my right hand that I do mute these strings when they're not playing. So you see a lot more rolling of my pinky. So I'm trying not to do, I could do a bar, but then I end up with this, which doesn't sound like the way he's playing it. Michael, does your amazing slowdowner app do that isolating of tracks? It doesn't. It doesn't, but it has a little bit of an EQ that allows you to get a little bit of a handle on the bass, I find, sometimes. I think I had a little bit of an EQ here. Yep, when I was trying to transcribe. So the difference between these 2 tracks would be... Right, and then now with the EQ. You see what I mean? You have to play around with it quite a bit to get the kind of, I don't want to say extract, but to highlight, to put some emphasis on the bass. It's not ideal, but at the same time, the actual YouTube video I got this audio from was recorded on a phone. So yeah, good luck isolating the tracks. It's all your ears and a little bit of context and deduction that allows you to place roughly with the context, place that. And I think I'm pretty close. I'd have to compare with if the reel wants to load properly, I'll be able to compare with that. So once I've done this, essentially, what do I do once I've got the lick and I've got the technical aspects under control, shall we say? Now I'm going to have to find a track that's in 6/8 where I can try and re-inject that lick in. So, ooh, I think we've got a candidate somewhere. Is Gravity in 6/8? Gravity's in 6/8, right? Oof, internet connection. My God. Even Spotify is not responding. No, it's not. It's not quite the same tempo, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guys can think of a song that's in 6/8 that's in a different key but has a similar vibe. Well, let's try with Gravity. I don't think it's going to work, but let's see. Come on. Sorry guys, yeah. So it's going to be a lot slower. Ooh, it's going to be hard to inject that in there. And I'm missing a string. So this is where the thanks man, thank you Julene. Yeah, I literally got it delivered half an hour ago, and I thought it'd give the background a bit more presence. Thanks for noticing. Since I know that the track that we were playing in before is in E, I can then retrace my steps and know how the notes I'm playing, the bass notes I'm playing, relate to that key center, to that root. And since I know that John Mayer, that Gravity is in G, sorry, again, D tune. So I've got the first part here. I've got to move it around a little bit. Yeah, I think it's going to work. Come on, Gravity. My internet is terrible. How are you today, Julene? Julene X. Okay, get comfortable. Okay. Start again. Sorry. See, that's the difficulty, is being able to hear the bass line sourced from another origin and inject it into a different song. And that's kind of the difficulty of it, is I now want to hear this bass line in a completely different context. And that way, once it's completely extracted and I've cut the umbilical cord to the origin of the song, I can then put it anywhere I want with just a little bit of practice. So, and now I've forgotten the original lick, but that's okay. A little bit of back and forth is expected.
Somebody say glory to the one. Glory. We call him King.
Okay, so. play it without. I'm gonna play it in that key first with a little bit of backing track. You can hear the drums though, right, Julien? Just on their own, right here. That should be there because I'm seeing the I'm seeing the volume appearing on the screen. So hopefully that's still there. So now I'm playing it in the right key, i.e., Gravity by John Mayer. So I'm gonna try again and not get lost. And it's a little bit slower, so that makes it extra juicy, extra difficult. It's just so hard. Oh. It might not work, but at least it's a bit of a challenge to dissociate to separate the context. I will get it. I will get it. Something like that. That's one song that's in 6/8. Julien, can you think of a song that's in 6/8 and it doesn't matter what tempo, anything that goes there's so many and I can't think of a single one right now. I'm really struggling. Let's look into our bank of tunes. Oh, I think I've got another one. What a beautiful track, honestly. So we're in A flat major, at least for now, which means that our lick is going to start. Sorry, not A flat for you guys. Apologies. You guys are in A. We're in A major, so we're going to be starting that lick a major third above. I'm gonna have to move that all the way. So we're in C again. So we're roughly in the same key as we're in G. Sorry, what am I talking about? Again, I keep getting lost with this detuning. It's just not my strong point at all. Let's move forward just a touch. Obviously, the last note should be landing on a chord root note, but essentially that's what we're doing. We're taking that lick and playing it in different contexts just to see what kind of works, what doesn't. Obviously, it's not the same chord progression either, but by, like I said, by cutting the umbilical cord, you facilitate the implementation, the seeping in of that lick in different contexts. I don't think I'll be able to forget it. Usually when I've done this a couple of times, that's it. That lick is in there. Because I've forced my brain to remember it without any other crutches. And I don't know if that's it, if that's something that anybody else does. I think most people who like transcribing probably do. But if that's new to you, at least that's the way I do it personally. And I find it to be beneficial. I really want to play some Whitney now. How are you guys doing with your playing? Anything in particular that you're struggling with at the moment? We are the champions. Yeah. We are the champions. That's going to be interesting then, actually. Because that's got to be a different tempo, surely. Addicted to soda. That's my curse. Okay, we are the champion. Still not loading. Spotify and YouTube do not want to play ball today. And now it does, out of nowhere. Okay. I have doubts that it's going to work with We Are the Champions. But doesn't really matter, even if the context and the lick kind of rub against each other in a way that's a little bit jarring. We're still strengthening our ability to isolate that lick, so it's not a bad exercise either, even if it doesn't work musically. Come on. Spotify is not my friend today. Ah, that technical thing. It's not that easy. Even higher up the neck. Now, some people would probably recommend that I would use 2 fingers, but Michael, you inspire me to transcribe fills exactly. Years of cover bands have me in the habit of saying that's close enough. You and me both. Until I realized that I gain a lot more from it than... yeah. My friend Marco Cirillo is in the house. Hi, Marco. I haven't seen you in ages, man. I miss you. Marco is a huge YouTuber for guitar and ukulele, as well as being a fantastic guitar player, all-rounder, great educator. He's a writer, he's a tutor, lecturer. He's done many things. Used to be in the house band at Troy Bar as well years ago. Mamma mia. It's good to see you, man. I hope you're well, and your son and your wife. And yeah, I'm a streamer now, dude. Or at least I'm trying. It's nice of you to join us, dude. Honestly, it's a real pleasure. I need to give you a call, but you're always so busy. Okay, so Queens is loading. Okay, so let's wait until the chorus. So we're in, for you guys, F major, which means the lick would start on A for you. So not the first fret, but for you an open A string, or fifth fret E string. So see what I mean? It takes me half the time it did for me to inject the lick into this song. It took me half the time than it did for the first time round, because it's starting. I'm strengthening my own muscle memory and my own ability to hear the lick in spite of the context, which is it's a really great skill to have, being able to stay focused on the tonality, or at least on a context, regardless of what's playing in your ears. I'm not going to say that makes you more musical, but that means you've got a better grasp on that particular lick now, and it doesn't really matter the context. You can sort of, eventually, after doing this a couple of times, and now somewhere else. It's actually super hard on starting on the B string. Because now now that ability that we had to play these two strings at the end of the neck and use a little bit of an angle to put more pressure on the strings, now it's got to be flat, which means hardly any rolling around. So that's another little technical hurdle if you want to play that lick somewhere else. But these are all the little technical things that only reveal themselves if you have the, I was going to say the courage, because it takes a little bit of courage to face your playing just raw, without any other artifices and shiny and bells and whistles around it, i.e. a professional band. When it's just you, your bass, and some really basic backing track, you start hearing all these little difficulties, and having the courage to tackle that is 100% what will make you a better musician. 100%. And that's what my bass mentor back in Belgium, when I first started playing, that's what he used to tell me all the time. He says, most bass players I know, working bass players, they'll be stuck at 95%. And it's actually not that difficult to get to a level where it's you're 95% skilled, but being able to get incrementally 1% more tenth of a percent requires for every bass players to literally just hone in on all these little technical details, the cleanness, the accuracy, and the musicality. You can't teach musicality, but you can absorb musicality from other people by transcribing. And all these little steps will 100% guaranteed, Phil de Hover guarantee right there, that will incrementally make you a much better musician. Because you can't go wrong by trying as hard as you can to emulate very precisely what these great guys are doing. And in this case, I'm a little bit stuck on this one because I can't play it everywhere. And the idea of this lick is that I do want to be able to throw it in there out of my bag of, my quiver of, is it quiver? The thing that you put arrows in. Don't know why I'm thinking of that. Being able to just pull one out of the bag and just being able to play it and inject it into any context as long as you think it's musical. Big caveat. Yeah. It's actually quite difficult on... Maybe it's easier on your instrument, on mine. That's what you were talking about earlier, Mike, is I can play it, and I could say that's good enough. But in the studio, for instance, if I have a spur of the moment genius where I'm like, oh my god, this lick that I remember will fit absolutely magnificently well in this context, and it just comes to you as you're in the middle of a take. If you can't execute it technically, it's not going to make the cut. And then you'll feel a little bit like a silly sausage because the studio guy was like, dude, you've just ruined a perfectly good take. You're wasting everybody's time just for some kind of egotistic purpose. Or maybe it is, maybe not. If it's really musically relevant and you execute it well, people will just be like, whoa, dude, wow, okay, I don't know what we're going to do with that, but it's definitely going in there somewhere. Win some, lose some. But you never lose when you try to execute something. Strive for perfection, for sure. And that's that's kind of what I wanted to focus on today. I'll do a bit more tomorrow because tonight is Friday night and I'm going to a networking event in town that's starting precisely now, but I'm just going to be fashionably late and we'll see what comes out of it. There's also an open mic after that, so I've got a couple of spots to hit tonight in town and we'll see what comes of that. Julien, you do only 6/8, or can I ask for some other song? You can ask for a song, man, absolutely. It's just I was transcribing this tune yesterday that I had been postponing transcribing this particular tune ages ago, and I thought it would be a cool thing to do it, to share the process with you guys. Ooh. Okay, Julien, if you do have any requests, do let me know, and we'll have a listen, for sure, if my Spotify will allow it. Fingers crossed. I can absolutely try a Polish song, yeah, as long as I don't have to sing it. I don't have a particularly beautiful voice, singing voice. But yeah, you guys are here for the bass, so what am I talking about? It's obviously bass. Let's exit this. Jezu jak się cieszy. Okay, I'm gonna have to copy and paste that. No, I can't copy paste. It's gonna have to be Jezu jak się cieszy. Come on, Spotify, go fetch. Go fetch. Yeah, let's try a Polish song. What was the other one? Hiromi serves ramen live at the Blue Note or something like Hiromi. Hiromi serves ramen. Blue Note. Ugh, why is the internet so slow today? So sorry, I'm in a really moany mood today. It's the kind of stuff that really ruins your practice if you don't have access to your songs. We'll get there eventually. Thank you for your patience, guys. Don't know why. Don't know why it is today. No idea. Okay, let's try this one. And Spotify. Let's see which one starts first. I'm just looking at two screens going, just loading at the moment, so that's as fast as I can. I could be doing something else in the meantime. Okay. Oh, here we go. You're not hearing the song? Spotify crashed again? Yep, Spotify crashed again. Okay, this sounds insane.
Jezu, jak się cieszę z tych uczuć wskrzeszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń znowu mam. Znowu mogę myśleć trochę jakby ściślej i wymyślać śmiało.
Oh, that's Hiromi starting at the same time. Ooh. Okay, pause. Sorry, Hiromi. Sorry, Japan, you've got to make room for Poland right now.
Nowy plan i pięknie jest, nieskromnie bardzo jest.
Kiedy mija, tak jak wszystko, ta euforia kilkudniowa.
I think, Julien, chorus is simple indeed. I can hear that. The verse is the part that sounds crazy.
Jezu, jak się cieszę z tych uczuć wskrzeszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń.
Something like that.
Jezu, jak się cieszę z tych uczuć wskrzeszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń.
What have you got? Something like that?
Jezu, jak się cieszę z tych uczuć wskrzeszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń znowu mam. Znowu mogę myśleć trochę jakby ściślej i wymyślać śmiało nowy plan.
Oh. I've got it. I think.
Z tych uczuć wskrzeszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń znowu mam. Znowu mogę myśleć trochę jakby ściślej i wymyślać śmiało nowy plan. I pięknie jest.
Is that the bass line that have you transcribed it, Julien? And is that it? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what he plays exactly there, but I think that's what I've got. He slides. He slides.
Pełną kieszeń, znowu pełną kieszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń.
Is it a fretless bass? I wasn't paying attention. It could be a fretless bass.
Kiedy pełną kieszeń znowu mam.
Ah. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds accurate.
Jezu, jak się cieszę z tych uczuć wskrzeszeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń znowu mam.
I'm hearing this though.
przestrzeń, kiedy pełną kieszeń znowu mam.
You see what I mean? I hear what you're saying. It sounds like he's sliding. It could be that. I think it's both, because I am hearing. It sounds a lot like the Madness, Michael. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Is there any other crazy parts in this tune?
Co jest?
That's like the Clash, the Madness. London is calling.
Kiedy mija, tak jak wszystko, ta euforia kilkudniowa.
Jezu, jak ja lubię, jak ja bardzo lubię. Chyba tak nie umie lubić nikt. Lubię się zaszywać, lubię nadużywać. Szukam wciąż okazji, nie mam. Pięknie jest, nieskromnie bardzo jest.
Kiedy mija,
Now I have to know what's in there.
Okazji nie mam. Nieskromnie bardzo jest.
kiedy mija,
Just before that.
Mam. Pięknie jest, nieskromnie bardzo jest.
Okay.
Wciąż okazji nie mam. Pięknie jest, nieskromnie bardzo jest.
kiedy mija, tak jak wszystko.
That is such a cool band. That's not. I would have never heard this if it wasn't for you suggesting it, man. So I appreciate it. It's going in. It's going in the list. Down. Interesting bass line though. Ah, actually, it does sound like that. Yeah. Yeah, I should have trusted you, man. Sorry, I really wanted to inject that in there, but I don't think it's there. Very cool tune. Michael, let's have a listen to Hiromi, and then I'll call it a day and go to that event. Let me switch to the web view. Hopefully you guys can hear it. It's always showing all my suggestions and all that, but you know, sometimes there's some weird stuff in everyone's YouTube, right? There we go. There we go. Wait, I've got two? Never mind. See ya. Okay. Really appreciate it. Michael, like I said, thank you very much for your contribution. If anybody feels like buying me a coffee, there's a link in the description below. Just whatever you feel. If you get any value at all from this time we spent together, give us $1. But you don't have to. But I'll take it if you do. And it will go into investing into incredible equipment to make my to make this room look less like an OnlyFans set and more like a proper streamer, and maybe even a little bit of a music studio as well. You know, I promise there won't be any pillows in the shot. I can promise that. In any case, thanks again, guys. I shall see you tomorrow, probably around the same time. Say 4:30, 4 o'clock. It will be scheduled. Thank you again very much. Toodles.